session so far today. So next up, we have an interesting topic for panel discussion. So we have Women Who Code Connect Leaders panel. So I will introduce the moderator for our panel discussion. So we have Gnana Lakshmi, product manager for emerging technologies. She's the director for Women Who Code Bangalore chapter. So I'm inviting her here. Before that, I have a small announcement to make. Let me share my screen. Yeah, we have exciting prizes today, so especially for your social media presence. So please use hashtags Connect India and WWCode. So you can post whatever sessions you like or whatever takeaways you have got from the sessions. So post everything on social media and use these hashtags. So Gyan, please take over.
Yeah, sure. So Usha will be playing a short video for us to watch, and then I'll introduce the panelists and we can get started.
Hello everyone, I'm Brihi and I'm from Women Who Code Manila. How big the impact the community is doing, being confident to speak at tech events, conferences, and more, being able to contribute to open source, being able to become leaders in their company, or being able to just voice out and change whatever is necessary to change. Having that community where you can just share your love and passion with technology without being discriminated or being judged is such a good feeling, right?
Hi everybody, I'm Gnana, basically the director of Women Who Code Lanterns. As being a part of Women Who Code Lanterns, gives visibility to my profile to the wider audience, so you can have constructive feedback on whatever things you are doing. So empowering the woman in a way you are empowering the society, which unlocks basically the power and potential of each individual. We can rise, we can shine, but I cannot do it alone. But as a part of a community, we can.
Hi everyone, my name is Purnima Kamath and I am a director with Women Who Code in Singapore. Building the Singapore network has given me the opportunity to build on my leadership skills. For me, the opportunity was in testing and honing my leadership style, which I could apply back to my job to be a better technology lead and a manager. The Women Who Code brand and the startup-like environment has helped me build an entrepreneurial mindset, all the while making a considerable impact and giving back to the community. I am proud to be a part of this organization and I wish you an amazing Connect India 2020. Stay safe.
Hi, my name is Joshi. I am the Senior Director of Women Who Code Taipei. In the beginning of this year, we were able to connect with VMware leadership team and was able to develop the Cloud Community Coach program that can be implemented in Taiwan, especially in Women Who Code Taipei, with the help with Women Who Code Bangalore team. We are very grateful to have this program implemented, and we will continue to rock it in Taiwan. We know that there will be a big conference coming for Women Who Code Bangalore team, which is called Women Who Code Connect India. We hope everything will go well, and we are excited to join from Taiwan. Thank you.
Hello, I'm here to talk about the impact Women Who Code has had on my life. Women Who Code is very near and dear to my heart. It's given me a safe space where I can be myself and overcome my fears in a very judgment-free. My fears being public speaking for one among many others. It's given me a space where I can get to know myself, and that's helped motivated me to contribute back to the community.
Hello everyone. Thanks a lot, Usha, for that amazing video. And I think this sets pretty much the right context for our upcoming panel, which is going to be connect with WWCode leadership, right? So I have, and I'm really excited to have this panel with 4 amazing folks across India. Let me introduce the panelists and you will see as they kind of trickle in, and we'll start with the Q&A sessions, just have an informal chat. First panelist for the day is Sreedevi Mohan. She's an engineering manager at VMware, and she has been working relentlessly for the Women Who Code Bangalore chapter, right? Our next panelist for the day is Namrata Kulkarni. So whoever I'm introducing, please come in and just wave your hands. This is going to be an informal chat, not like a very deep technical panel today. So it's just fun time now, right? Our next panelist for the day is Namrata Kulkarni. She's a senior manager at MindBody, and she's a director for the WWCode Pune chapter. Thank you, Namrata, for joining us today. Our next panelist for the day is Akansha Vyas. She's a former CTO of Aikiba Incorporated, and she's one of the directors for the WWCode Mumbai chapter. So, hey, Akansha, thanks a lot for joining us today. And last but not the least, we have Brihi Joshi, the youngest member in the panel. She completed her undergraduation at IIIT Delhi this year. And she's also the director, one of the directors for the WWCode Delhi chapter. Super, super, super excited to have all of you here. And I think we saw that how a lot of women across the globe spoke about how Women Who Code made an impact on their lives, and how kind of just being a part of the community or contributing to the community has given them open them up for so many opportunities. So I would probably like to start off with this question, and maybe I've just introduced your titles, and I'm sure everybody who's watching the panel would love to know a little bit more about you, not just your name and where you work. So as I throw in this question, I would also love if you could throw in your introduction in the mix, right? So let me start. As Charita already introduced me, my name is Gnana Lakshmi, aka Gyan. That's how everybody loves to call me. And I'm one of the city directors for the Women Who Code Bangalore chapter. I started volunteering with Women Who Code, I think about 5-6 years ago. It's many connects ago for sure that I remember. And it's been such an amazing journey. I have had so many ups and downs in my professional as well as my personal career. And I think, even my personal life, I'm calling it as career only. I'm so obsessed. But I think Women Who Code has been a major part of my life. And having said that, I really think communities coming together, just being here with all of you today is giving me so much joy. I currently work as a product manager for emerging technologies at Wiley Next. I'm super excited to connect with you later as well if you'd love to. Now, off to the panelists for the day. Quickly, if you would just like to tell us about what is the value of participating in or leading a community from your experience, and please feel free to throw in your introduction as well in the mix. Maybe I'd like to start with Sreedevi, since she's the first one appearing on my right. So Sreedevi, if you can just go.
Yeah. Hi everyone. So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So my name is Sreedevi. Thanks for inviting me for the panel discussion. I work as an engineering manager for VMware. So I'm passionate about inspiring people, getting inspired to technological aspects, and as well as giving back to community thoughts. So to me, being a part of community is something which can make us feel as we are part of something greater than ourselves. It can give you countless opportunities to connect with people, to reach out our goals, and make us feel safe and secure. I always believe that it's important for every person to have a sense of community. See, there are a lot of communities around you, right? Women Who Code is one among them, which works for women empowerment, tech women empowerment. So if you see Women Who Code, there are around 200 events they conduct every year. So it gives us access to resources like training, deep dive sessions, access to conference, leadership opportunities, etc. Right? So me being a leader for Bangalore chapter, I would like to talk more about the opportunities we have already provided or we are working on. So we have formed various groups, study groups in machine learning, Kubernetes, artificial intelligence, and we conducted a lot of meetups on those technologies. So that way we spread the knowledge, we connect with people. So Women Who Code Bangalore chapter also collaborated with VM Inclusion Tara to upskill the women and provide a way to come back to work. Women Who Code also collaborated with Women Who Code Taiwan group, coaching the students. So what we have done is we, found few engineers who can work with us. We taught them the technologies which is in high demand, and they started teaching their folks in their local language. That way, we made sure that language is not a barrier, right? I mean, for sharing the knowledge. So this is just a pilot project. So we are going to work on many others in the near future. Also, there is something which we have done in this year. It's called Grow 360. So Grow 360, what we meant is, it's a 360-degree development for an individual. When you see like an individual development, it is it's like a leadership. It should be a soft skill. It should be on technology, right? So in all our meetups, what we have done is we invited leaders from other organizations who can talk about leadership, who can give insights on the soft skills, who can give insights on the technologies. So that way we make sure that all the Growth 360 sessions are like 100% development on an individual. Then if you see the way we are growing in Bangalore, when we started 4 years before, it was just 450 members. Now, if you see the number of growth in the community, it is 5,000 plus. And I'm sure that 99% of our members are mid-career women. So because because we focus more on grooming the inline leaders, they always feel like we are connected. They feel the value in it, and they all feel like they are very inclusive. And I also, I remember Bangalore chapter, team members have started delivering motivational talks in different organizations. With the kind of impact we have made, we have been showcased in many, medias like newspapers, magazines. And one other interesting thing which we have done last year is tying up with the Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges. So what you see, usually there is a notion that the big product companies, they believe in Taiwan companies and they hire the students from those companies. It doesn't mean that we don't have a competency in Tier 2 or Tier 3. So it's just that they don't have that opportunity. So we wanted to provide the opportunity. So we connect with those folks. We give an insights about the latest technology like Kubernetes, networking. We educate them the importance of applying for internships. So these are the few opportunities we are working on or we have done. And maybe as a result, now if you see the conference have around 5,000 participants registered. This spans across 13 countries, 300 organizations, and 200 institutions. So I think all these activities, what we are doing, makes sense, right? Why you need to be a part of a community, right?
Thanks,
Yeah,
Sreedevi.
so
Namrata, do you want to go next?
Thanks, Dan. And thank you, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here. So I'll quickly start with my introduction. I'm Namrata Kulkarni, and I work as an engineering manager for Mindbody. And apart from work, I love playing with my kids. I'm a mother of 2 children. I love playing with them, and there are different hobbies which I pursue just for this, which helps me to keep me refreshed, and it helps me to work on other innovative ideas. And I hope I'm audible. So yeah, as Sreedevi mentioned, I completely agree with her. It's Women Who Code. It's not about, or it is not about growing your skills just in technology. It helps you in overall growth. So when you look at future leadership, it is not just the raw technical skills you focus on. It's the vision, overall, overall career aspect, the leadership aspects which you have. So it's about the overall growth, and that is what we do as part of Women Who Code Group. So when I talk specifically about Women Who Code Pune, so I know that we in the last year was really exciting for us. So we started right from building the leadership team, and a small group earlier, and then we realized if we really want to grow our network, that it's very important for us to form a leadership group. So we started thinking that there is a lot to learn from Bangalore and other chapters. We really followed them on their meetup page and other lot of technical events they are considering or like hosting. So we targeted not only just industry professionals, we started targeting university graduates and and to all university professionals. So it's like, beginners to all mid-years, and also, conducted the programs on mentorship. So that is how we try to focus on on all aspects. It gives us each other, and building a strong network. That was the first aim we had this group in Pune. And I think the best event which we had in the past was not about, like, apart from having all the technical sessions which we continued doing, we started an inspirational 360-degree series leadership, which was mentoring the women leaders in the industry. So we see that in the beginning of the career, a lot of university graduates, women, they join the career, but as you grow in mid-level, you start because of family responsibilities or other responsibilities, you kind of give up or you take a break in your career. So why I'm talking about break here is I myself come from a break, so I really understand. Maybe I'll share some of the practical experiences which I had when I started, my job hunting after taking a long break in my career, and spent significant amount of time with my family. I'm not saying that, that time was also precious to me, but at the same time, I wanted to return back to my career. So there were a lot of challenges, and I see that these forums like Women Who Code, they do a wonderful job to connect you with other technical people. And that is what we targeted throughout the year. And I must say that it was a wonderful journey altogether for me. And I hope I can help other women to grow in technology. And, I understand the basic challenges women have. And, by talking to other people, you know that, what are the other challenges, and you can connect the dots there and help them grow technically as well as in other areas. Yeah, that's all about Pune Network.
Awesome. Akansha, do you want to go next?
Absolutely. Gyan, thank you so much for having me. It's really an honor to be on this panel with everybody here. So my name is Akansha. I'm one of the directors at the Women Who Code Mumbai chapter. We started this chapter last year. I was actually around when we started it. I have been working as a software engineer for about 9 to 10 years, and I really love it. I've never ever thought about doing anything else. As Gyan mentioned, I was very recently the CTO at this very small startup based in Bombay, but I resigned during the lockdown. And I'm currently working on a very interesting project called Tapestry Pooling to do with pool testing for COVID in collaboration with IIT Bombay. So I guess we can jump right into the question. So I think that Women Who Code for me is one of the only communities that I have ever been a part of where people are so willing to learn. And that is really important to me. And I think it makes a huge difference. I've been attending tech meetups for, like, I guess since I started working, since college actually. And this is one of the only places where, like, people are just really excited to learn about new technologies, learn about, a lot about new technologies, some leadership skills, everything. But there is just this incredible focus that everybody has to share and acquire new things. So it's a great place to go when you've learned something new or exciting to share. And it's also an excellent resource when every time I'm trying something new, I know that I can reach out to somebody in that group. And for every new thing that you're trying to do, there'll always be somebody there who has some experience, who's tried it, and who'll be willing to do code reviews, point you to articles, help you. And actually, so when the lockdown started, I think everybody got very busy and a little bit discouraged, and we stopped doing very much as far as the chapter was concerned. But we got so much interest from our community. So many people wrote to us, expressed interest in starting something, doing something. Like, our community pushed us. And in fact, over the last couple of weeks, we have, sort of brought them in and launched about 3 to 4 different initiatives during the lockdown for technical track learning projects, which study like a very guided sort of track where you can learn how to build an app or a project in machine learning or blockchain, followed by study sessions and stuff like that. We are kicking off a mentorship program and a couple of other initiatives, a lot of them that were actually pushed and driven by the members of our community. That was really nice, and it's kind of like given us a path to keep going during the lockdown. So I think that is, you meet people who have gone through similar experiences and different experiences, and they are always willing to learn and share. And that's the best part of it for me.
Gotcha. Brihi, the youngest. It's your time to shine.
Thank you so much, Gyan. And first of all, a huge thank you to the Connect India team for hosting such a brilliant event and for inviting all of us to this panel discussion. I'm Brihi, and I am currently almost about to complete my undergrad at IIIT Delhi. I graduate in December, and my work experience, obviously, but I've been doing some research in machine learning and AI related fields, more specifically in natural language processing. And I've worked with a few places, interned with a few places in IBM Research and with Snapchat Research in LA. A little bit about Women Who Code Delhi is that my journey began when I was a freshman. I was just a first year student, and I needed kind of like a place where people could understand what I actually wanted to do. And I wanted a place where people can mentor me from scratch without judging me, without any barriers. And I felt Women Who Code was that one stop where I met people who do, and that is exactly what I felt was the value of a community. Like, you will always find your niche interest, and you will always find people who want to follow your niche interest in that community. And I think all of the panelists have pretty much summarized what all opportunities you can get while being in Women Who Code. But I think I would also want to talk about the opportunities you can float for people being in the leadership team of Women Who Code. And that is something which I felt gave me immense satisfaction of being in a community, is that I could help create opportunities for other people. And that is majorly important because Women Who Code Delhi is a very huge student community as well. Like, majority of our community is students from tier 1, 2, 3 colleges, and there are students who don't have the they don't have the skill or they don't have the mentorship that is being provided in their respective universities. So they come to us, and they want us to help them build up their profiles and help them teach them new skills. So like every other chapter, we also have specific dedicated sessions and workshops on niche topics in computer science, like theory, algorithms, machine learning, and name it. And we've done some of the other workshops in that. Apart from that, something that we've been focusing a lot is one-to-one peer mentorship, and not only from an industrial perspective, but also from a grassroots perspective. And by that, we mean that we have high school students being mentored by Women Who Code team members, so that we go to high schools, we conduct our workshops, and we ask women in 11th and 12th grade standards to take up computer science as a career option. And they always feel that, maybe computer science is not for me. The school club that I'm a part of, it's dominated by men. It starts right from that scratch. So we try to motivate them right from ground up, and then we move on to the 4 years of college, and we have mentors who belong to different college levels, and they mentor their juniors. And then we also have industry professionals trying to mentor junior like beginners who just get into industry, and try to create like a holistic overview like that. So I think Women Who Code has been a great platform also to provide opportunities to other people, and being a part of such an organization would also develop not only your leadership and technical skills, but also give you a very good peer network. I think I made some of my really, really good friends and collaborators, technical collaborators, via Women Who Code. So that is another opportunity which I feel Women Who Code as a community can give us.
Thanks. And thanks a ton to all the panelists who have shed light on, how community has impacted their personal lives, as well as maybe talking to everyone about how participating or being a part of the community, especially in these times, as you rightly said, Akansha, I think these are times when everybody is remote and everybody is trying to look at how the world is changing, and how some of our other speakers in the morning spoke about innovation in these changing times and how the new normal is going to be completely different going forward, right? People are trying to find a space where they can connect, where they can talk about similar interests, or just just learn, just be open to learning, right? So I think that's where Women Who Code or any other community that you join, I think that's what it provides. But most importantly, as many of you have shed light on how being a leader has impacted your journey, right? Like you are structuring these different amazing boot camps, amazing workshops, and you get to collaborate with so many other technical people because you're in the forefront of of a community. You are taking leadership, you are taking charge. So I think those are some great points that you brought forward. Actually, we have only 6 more minutes, but I had a couple of more questions in mind that I kind of want to go through. But since this is an up close and personal kind of chat, I wanted to also let the community know that you not only are you doing your full-time jobs as well as volunteering for Women Who Code. What is it that you do apart from just volunteering or working? Maybe you can share some snippets of your lives with us, some kind of interesting projects or some hobbies that you have, and I'm sure everybody would love to kind of know that. Okay, Akansha, I'll start with you this time.
Sure. Okay. So other than Women Who Code, and I guess right now I'm working on this open source COVID project, like I mentioned, for COVID testing. Apart from that, in my free time, I work at the bookstore, which is now closed. So I'm actually trying to bring that collection online and create an online store out of it. It is a bookstore in the Prithvi Theatre in Bombay. I also teach as visiting faculty at the NMIMS Design School, where I look at sort of the technical courses for the design students. And I do swing dancing. So that's me.
That's awesome, Akansha. Namrata, do you want to go next? We already know that you love to play with your kids, but we'd like to know a little bit more about what you love to do with them. Namrata, are you able to hear us? I think there is some audio issue. Audio. I'm not able to hear you, Namrata.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So so as I mentioned earlier, I have 2 children, and it takes a lot of my time to help them with their school projects or anything else they are doing, and both of them share altogether different interests. And the best part is my daughter loves drawing, sketching, painting, which I used to do. So I try to help her with that. My son learns classical singing, and even I learned to do. I always wanted to be a singer as a child, so I love to learn classical singing with him. Apart from that, I enjoy gardening. I have small, terrace garden sort of kind of in my house, and it's a kind of a small kitchen garden, and I love to grow small, vegetables there. That's me, yeah. That's how I spend time apart from office, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Namrata. Sreedevi, do you want to go next? Or maybe we should let Brihi go, since she's always going in the end.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Brihi is there.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brihi. Go ahead.
So apart from my volunteering work, obviously most of my time goes to my university courses and deadlines, and they're always showering upon me, but I do make time to do something which I'm very passionate about, which is music. And I'm a classically trained singer. And what I try to do these days is try to mix my interest in technology and music. And I've been working on something called computer music, which is trying to work with, say, machine learning or AI methods, which is what my professional interest is, with
my passion, music, and try to work on generative music and other things of that sort. So it's kind of like a hybrid thing. I'm still trying to work for it, and yeah, that's what I'm keen on exploring these days.
Wow, that sounds cool. Sreedevi, how about you?
Yeah. So yeah, it's good to hear everyone's interest other than the Women Who Code activities and other than their day-to-day office or college work. To me, I'm almost occupied with Women Who Code, my work as a manager to an R&D team, and then having two kids at home. But apart from these work, I'm very much passionate about giving something back to the community, because I always believe that many of us are here today because we got the right support, right opportunity at the right time. So I believe we should support the next generation and our peers too. Right? So we have collaborated with an NGO called Step Up for India, where we educate the students of government school. So we have tied up with a couple of schools which is very close to office. So we go and teach the students English and math when their teachers are not available for a long term, and if the management cannot find the replacement. So we plan our weekly classes and do it on a regular and rotational basis. So that is one thing. Other thing which is very close to my heart is I'm working on very closely on a women returnship program, where we are trying to bring back the tech women to work who are on career break at the moment. So we work with the women technologists who are willing to come back to work and provide them an opportunity of 6 months and see whether they can really cope up with the current environment. So these are the two small projects which I do other than my day-to-day work. Yeah.
Thanks, Sreedevi. That's awesome and really inspiring. I think especially during these times, it's great to hear that how everybody is not just all the time working because everybody's working from home, but also trying to sustain their passion and doing things offbeat that make them happy. So that's really great to hear. I think we are just running out of time, so maybe I'll like all of the panelists to give one call to action to the audience in terms of how can they get involved, right? There have been a lot of questions, and I've just methodically, like a bot, posted all the links. But you can talk about how people can actually get involved in the communities that you are working with, right? So, Brihi, do you want to go first?
Right. So the first thing would be to check out all the online resources that have been provided by Gnana on the chat. So there are all the meetup pages. Go check out the meetups, check out all the upcoming meetups, go to the Facebook pages and all the Twitter links. And so all of the Women Who Code communities in India, they have a very good online presence. Get in touch and just send us an email that you're interested. And we have dedicated teams everywhere who really, really want people to join us and show them. You're just one message away. Just ping us once and we'll get in touch about your interests and how else can you contribute to the community.
Awesome. Thanks, Brihi. Feel free to go, Akansha, Namrata, Sreedevi,
Yeah,
whoever.
I can go next. So exactly what Brihi said, like whatever you want to do, if you want to work on an open source project, if you want to learn how to contribute to open source, if you just want to work on a pet project to learn a new skill, if you are looking for a mentor, if you want to mentor somebody else, whatever it is, send us an email. Just do that. Get in touch and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. Similar to what Akansha and Brihi mentioned, just adding on to that, just drop us an email, let us know what are your area of interest, and we do have a local community group on WhatsApp, and we have different Slack channels for different technology tracks, and based on your interest, we can help you join those channels.
Yeah, so from my side, I want, we need to be passionate about everything which we want to chase. So everyone should be upskilling themselves to grab the opportunities we have in the market now. So for you to upskill, our community, Women Who Code, is going to help. So just check our page, Women Who Code, and then all of us are there to help.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks a lot, panelists. We are 3 minutes over, but still this was an awesome chat and a really coffee with Connect and kind of, connecting with the leadership team. It's been amazing. Just as a closing note, I think we have Charita back on stage doing the closing note for us. But just to call out and shout out, right? Like, please feel free to volunteer as a volunteer, as a speaker, right? As a mentor, whatever you would like to do for the community, we are here to support you. We are here to help you. We always encourage first time speakers, right? If you have never spoken at any conference before, never given a webinar before, our doors are open. Come in, because that's what we want. We want to highlight the work that women have done, women have been doing, and they plan to do, right, in the future in the technology space. That's why we are here. That's why we are here to motivate you, to get you sort of in place, right? And yeah, feel free to bounce any ideas by us, and we are as much bandwidth as we have, we are definitely happy to provide that to the community. On that note, I think we'll bring back Charita to kind of close the session. All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot, panelists. It was really amazing talking to you. Yeah, Charita, over to you.
Thank you, Gyan. Thank you, Namrata, Brihi, Akansha, and Sreedevi. Thank you for sharing wonderful experiences and motivating us to join the community. I think the highlights are being a part of community. There are no judgments, no age, nothing. And the only thing that matters is to connect, learn, grow together, and get inspired together. So really excited to see you all to be the part of community. Okay, so next up we have